Hi friend, this is Pastor Lucas Pin and this is our snack for the journey. And this week we are in the Gospel of Matthew. Beautiful, beautiful Gospel, and I'd like to encourage you to read the whole Gospel. It's an experience because Matthew is trying to convince the Jewish community that Jesus is the Messiah, the King, the promised King and the promised prophet, and that they were waiting for. They are waiting for. So it's a journey, and then he tells the stories, the sermons, and the teachings, and the miracles, and all those things to put that and help them to understand that Jesus is the promised one. And unfortunately, we don't have time to go to all the details. We just kind of one verse per day to share with you in your spiritual journey. That is the goal. And before I read the verse for today, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe to our channel and to share this video with your friends and families and help us to bless other people. Verse for today, chapter 26, verse 41. Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the body is weak. You know that story. You heard that verse before. Jesus is in the Gethsemane. It's in the end of his life here on earth. He is in the Gethsemane. He's going to be arrested, and he asked the disciples to pray with him. He takes John and James and Peter and asked them to come and pray with him, and they just cannot. They just cannot pray. They fall asleep, and it's so sad to see that it's a picture of our reality, our human reality. And Jesus is saying this to them. He said, look, watch and pray so that you not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the body is weak. The body here is the flesh. And there is the two things are inside of us. It's in us. It's the spirit, the new spirit, the renewed spirit that we have in Christ Jesus. But we still have our flesh that's still fighting that. There is a fight between us. Inside of each one of us, there is this fight. And Jesus said, you pray. Because the spirit is ready. You have the new spirit. You were born again. You have the new creature inside of you, but the flesh is weak. So this is why you do things that you said Christians should not do. This is why you think things, you say things that you say, oh man, I should be mature enough at this point not to do those things, to say those things, to think those things, and I'm still doing those things. This is what is going on here. This is why we need to pray more. This is saying that is the reality, and we're going to fight this reality. We're going to leave this reality in this side of heaven. It's going to happen. This struggle will be with us all the way. Our flesh wants to do something, and our spirit wants to do other things, and they are going to fight. And sometimes the flesh will win, sometimes the spirit will win. The goal is to strengthen the spirit enough so the winds of the flesh is not that strong, not that big, and not that many. That is the goal. Diminish the flesh and strengthen the spirit. But we're going to have that, and that is the reality, and you need to understand that. You need to understand, and you need to pray so we don't fall into temptation. And that is our journey. We are in this together. And this is our snack for today. God bless you.